Hello everyone. So today we have a special guest on our channel. We have Sai Pavan who's here to talk about his Atlassian interview experience. So Sai Pavan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello guys, I'm Sai Pavan from Hyderabad. I gave a lot of interviews and currently I'm selected in Atlassian. So today I'm going to talk about some of the experiences I had in my previous placements.
Okay. So let's get straight into it. So how was your interview experience with Atlassian? How many rounds were there? The type of problems and what was your entire experience with the whole process?
Yeah, so in Atlassian we had three rounds, three interview rounds. One was a coding round, second was system design, and third was managerial and ethics round. So there was the coding test, which we had four questions. One was easy and three were a bit difficult. I don't remember the exact questions, but there was one from graphs. Uh, and coming to the interviews, first we had the coding round. So in that there was a simple question. There was no need of no need to use much complex data structures, but the better you use the data structures, the better you have the chances to solve this round. So I had a question with a 2D array, and I used map for that. I mean, we could solve it by using normal iteration, but
Yeah.
using a map was the point where the interviewer was impressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Optimized
So
approach.
yeah, I just gave both the solutions, and you could explain which one works in which cases. Yeah. And next comes the system design round. System design, they give you a problem statement about a system and how you will you design it. So no need to go through all of it. They will go through each and every concept of one by one, and you can take your time at the concept you are comfortable. Like for example, I've been asked something about APIs to design an API. So first we started at database.
Okay.
I'm not comfortable with database. I mean, I was a little weak at that. So I just gone through the basics, and we took. I mean, in 1 hour, I think it was mostly about 10 minutes. We've been in database.
Okay.
Then slowly it progressed to data structures. So I was comfortable with data structures, and that was the uh, part where we put most of the time. There were some times where I impressed the interviewer with different use of data structures, and yeah, mostly it was data structures for me. Maybe some people will be good at the database, and maybe they could impress them there. And third was the managerial and ethics. Well, this was specific to this company. Well, many
Yeah.
companies they had HR rounds, but it was mostly non-elimination round. They just talk about the package and location and everything. But in Atlassian, we had a dedicated manager and ethics round where they have some behavioral questions. Uh, for example, they talked about the team projects I did, and how what was my part as a team, and given this case, what would you do as a team leader if you were a team leader, and those kind of stuff. So they were seeing how do I fit in with the company values and ethics.
So Atlassian is a big company and it's a dream company for a lot of people. So how would you say was your preparation strategy? How did you prepare for it? And what advice would you give to people who want to crack Atlassian?
Yeah, so I've started with the CS concepts like OOPS, then database and DSA. So first, I started with the things I was comfortable with. I just went through them in a brief, like the final notes and everything. And then at a point, I started at the DSA because it was the I felt it was the most important
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
in placements.
Yeah. So for data structures, I went through Geeks for Geeks. I've seen like previous interview questions and the previous coding grounds, and I went through. I tried those questions. I practiced those through difficulty level, And after practicing those, I just got an idea at points where I was lagging, like at the concepts which I need to study further. So
Yeah.
then I went through each topic one by one. Then after data structures, I went through topics which I was like weak. So for example, I was weak with a bit weak with database. So I when I've seen some YouTube videos, I asked my friends for some recommendations, and I went through some YouTube videos and stuff to gain a little bit of basic knowledge on
Yeah.
database. So that was how I started out and how I continued it. Yeah, that was
Okay.
my preparation.
So, what advice would you give to people who want to crack Atlassian, who specifically are appearing for Atlassian's rounds?
Yeah, about Atlassian, they are a little bit specific at the managerial and ethics part. Don't try to exaggerate or lie about yourself. Just try to be yourself as much as possible. Be positive, be confident, and try to answer questions by taking examples from your previous life or previous projects or anything. That's what's most important. Just be yourself.
Okay. And so, there's no specific problems for Atlassian. The DSA part is just similar to other companies, right? For Atlassian.
Yeah, it was mostly basic data structures and it's about how you use them rather than like how creative are you with the data structures.
Yeah. One more thing I would like to ask you is what type of projects you had in the resume? Because everything else is kind of similar, right? DSA preparation and all. But what's different is the type of projects that one makes. So, what type of projects did you have in your resume?
I mostly had game development projects in my resume. Well, I was interested in games from my childhood, so I just learned game
Yeah.
development and yeah.
So, you created games by yourself?
Yeah, some small games I've done, and I went into AR, not in depth, but yeah, I tried out AR. I tried out some AR games, and yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's all. And thank you, Sai Pavan, for coming on my channel and sharing your knowledge with me and all my subscribers. I hope it will help a lot of people who are preparing for Atlassian. So, thank you.
Yeah, anytime, bro.